actually good afternoon everyone, because I'm getting a super late start. I do have to work today, but I'm going in super late, so I decided to go ahead and instead of letting another week pass where I can't do a video, I was like, this is a perfect day to do it. You know? So, we have been trying to break out of our rut, have we not? Have been feeling a little down lately. Feeling like maybe things just aren't quite lining up the way they should or something like that. I'm sorry, I had to adjust there. Well, guess what? I bring news. I don't know what news just yet, but I do bring news. So let's see if we can start getting into it, shall we? So we have us. We have our guide. I'll put that right there. Our natural inspiration from our spirit animal deck here. And then we're just going to kind of do this pretty much like like we used to back in the day, right? So we're gonna do mind, body, spirit. So the mental, the physical, and the very spiritual. Then we're going to do from the Lightworkers Oracle. Actually, you know what? I'm going to slide all this over just a bit here. Oops. Wow. Okay. So I'm just moving things everywhere here. We have our Lightworkers Oracle cards, which will give us a sharper contrast. And then we're just going to cap it off with the runes, and we're going to get this thing done, aren't we? I would like to think we are. By the way, while you're here, if you want to play with us a little bit, be sure to be here Saturday, 11:15 a.m. Eastern, because me and some of my friends are going to be playing 4 against the Great Old Ones, and I, of course, will be those evil spirits, those malevolent things and cults, and I will be out to kill their characters and do them dirty. Actually, it'll probably be more the dice that are looking to do that, because I believe in fair play. That's just me, though. By the way, we haven't seen this cup in a long time, and my borosilicate glass beaker mug, I haven't seen that one in a while, so I decided to pull that one out for my tea this morning, which is Irish Breakfast Tea by Twinings. No, I'm not being paid to say that, I just wanted to share it. And I've dropped a little honey in there. So, how are we doing? How are we coming along? Wouldn't it be odd, just saying, we've had 2 times where Thor popped up on Thor's day, today, Thursday. Wouldn't it be cool if we got a 3 for Thursday? Let's see if we do. So starting with us, we did not. We got the Well of Weird. Now, this one's a bit of encouragement, because it teaches us that our magic is very real. We can affect those changes that we really want in life. We can move things forward, we can halt them all together. The thing is, we have to start trusting our process to do it. Because it's not like light is shooting out of our hands and then things just stop, or Neo in the Matrix, we're just putting our hands up and bullets just stop when they come at us. It's not that. There's a process to it. Everything has a natural process. That's why we look to things in nature. But what is our guide? It's money. The moon. This one is, I don't have time to explain, kid, get in the chariot. You know, no time to lose. So, we feeling like we're running a little short on time, or maybe maybe our best years or best days are behind us, and that's just not true. But we do need to take our time. We need to trust those processes. We need to trust that time will take care of things. And sometimes we're just very impatient. We see a lot of that impatience around us. But we have to understand that our time is precious, so we use that time well. We're mindful of how we use that time, which sometimes may mean it's probably going to mean doing very little, if that's what's beneficial. Sometimes you just have to take a step back. Sometimes you can't interfere. The greatest magic there is the magic that just occurs around you naturally. So let's look to nature and see what's going on. And we have a dragonfly spirit. And it says truth transcends illusion. What have I been saying all this time about the illusion that we see every day? Oh, it looks believable. These days, we're at war over every little thing. People are turning on each other, including alliances are being dissolved and just done away with over the most petty of disagreements. Case in point right now, the OSR versus the FOSR movement. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, and it does not actually help anything. As a matter of fact, the old school Renaissance games, they're out there, they're not going away, they're still available, and they don't have to go anywhere. But here's the thing, newer editions of those games have had to be made. And they still come from that point. Why did they have to get made? Why did certain things have to be revised and annotated and all that stuff? It's because Wizards of the Coast tried to very underhandedly rescind the open gaming license, which, to be honest, was never needed. And now Creative Commons is a thing, and it fuels this open source gaming, but these games have had to change. Which ones were most affected? The independents. The people who didn't want to be sued by a major corporation, even if they had done nothing wrong. That could be costly, and it could kill off their business. And if you don't think a major corporation like Wizards of the Coast would do it, well, then you're sadly mistaken. And now, suddenly, there's this new label shoved upon them. Oh, you're not true. Well, let me tell you, about those purity test type movements, I intentionally failed them, and I'm telling that to, well, I think you can get the idea, to fuck off. Verpus dich, as it were. Now, let's have a look at the main body of work here. So mentally, got a Six of Cups in reverse. Right now, none of us are feeling very generous. There are some of us who are, and we're going out of our way to ensure that that generosity stays. We're trying to be charitable, but we just kind of don't feel like we have it in us right now, do we? Well, my question is, mentally, where are you? Because right now, mentally, if you're in that state where you're just not feeling it, hey, guess what? But I'll tell you this much. Reflect on your childhood, reflect on the happiness and enjoyment, but come from see, right now we're reflecting on childhood, and we're reflecting on happiness and enjoyment from things coming from the past, and also things that have vanished. I've noticed that a lot lately, too. Some of us have pulled up obscure games, we've posted them, and we've said, you know, this got overshadowed by this other thing, and this had so many possibilities. But here's the thing. Right now, you're not feeling it, but what's going to happen is you're going to be entering a state of renewal. So renew your thoughts. Look at those things, and remember what you love most about them. It's good to reflect, and it's good to even reflect on things from the past, but you have to remember that which brought you joy. Remember, I say always do what lights you up. This is remembering it, because that renewal has come to pass, and guess what? You very well may be a part of it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Physically speaking, we do have a Page of Pentacles in reverse. It's important to hold on to those things that we enjoyed, the things that brought us joy, because we're probably going to be getting some pretty bad news. It's probably not going to be very favorable. But here's the thing. This is like the writer. The writer remembers everything that makes, or even just the creative person. The creative person remembers everything that makes creating such a joy. Remember when I told you that creativity is that spark of divinity in every one of us? It is super, super important that you remember that, because this is rejection. And just because someone else rejected it doesn't mean that there will be others that will. Don't let that overshadow it, because, oh my goodness, I'm going to kill these people. Oh man. Why?
Call from 8568 51.
There we go. Sorry, they will not be interrupting us again, just as they did last Thursday. But anyway, we have to remember, despite the rejection, what holds up, and it is this sense of whole, completion, family. The people that we love and cherish the most will support us spiritually. Let me tell you something. This is the weakness right here. The fear of rejection is always going to be getting us. But remember, plenty. Let me put it to you this way. If you're familiar with the movie E.T., E.T. actually started as a horror script called Night Skies, which was supposed to be a sequel to Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And it was this brilliant idea. Boy, it came out and ooh, it lit everybody up. And then Spielberg kind of rethought it. And then he kind of revised it to the simple idea of a family-friendly movie about a boy from a broken home who befriends an alien because they both feel like outsiders. And that's what they bond over, being outsiders. And pretty soon they gather a whole bunch of... They have a whole lot of opposition, but they also have a whole lot of support. And I want you to remember that. Do not focus on your opposition. Focus on your support. So, we also have Earth Healing. We have the Eternal Now. And we have Past Life Activation. So, what do these mean? Well, I can tell you this much. Right now, we're talking about what is immediate, what is in front of you. Stop focusing on these idiots trying to destroy everything. There are going to be people who disagree with you. That's just going to happen. You are never going to have everybody agreeing with you all the time. You're never going to have everybody liking everything that you put forth. Let me put it to you this way. When it comes to just games that I like, there are games like... Tell you what, let me just reach for one. Here we go. There you go, Hyperborea. And this is the player's manual. Look how thick that son of a gun is. And guess what? The referee guide is just as thick. This is a very, very crunchy game, but it's very cool, has very good artwork. I say good, and it's pretty amazing. It, in my opinion, takes all that you will love about old sword and sorcery material and puts it into a game, and you can even mix like a little science fantasy in there, so it takes it kind of back to the TSR days where sometimes D&D got mixed with, or first edition advanced D&D got mixed with, some sci-fi occasionally. I can't remember which old module it was, but there was one where your adventurers now have to go and find toward a crashed starship, and you have to deal with that. So yeah, those things do mix occasionally. So right now, what's happening is you're making a real contribution through your spiritual journey. Now remember and believe, your needs are going to be generously met by the earth and the universe. So what you're doing matters. You absolutely will be supported in your in your earth healing. Now, we need to go to the eternal now, because I have absolutely pushed this, because it points right back to the money card here. Remember when we said time was precious? Well, this is it. Because right now within you is a great strength and courage, but just because you can manage to keep going when you are drained or stressed doesn't mean you have to. A situation that has popped up recently for me was I decided to take a couple days off, and they decided to move my days off. That my availability is not on Saturdays, because when I live stream, it's when I do other things. And so I knew I was not going to be able to meet the person making the schedule, and I left them a note, and I said, hey, not available on Saturday, and Thursday I'm going to be doing something else. I'm not going to be here. It's just not going to happen. Even though I scheduled a couple days off. It's normally, I would just kind of roll with it, but after a couple 6-day stretches, I'm like, nah, not this time. So, you're encouraged by your higher guidance to request assistance in letting go of tension within your mind and body. So you will gain energy through this release, and perhaps even see things in a new and more optimistic light. Remember when we said, keep in mind what's going on here. So we're looking at this card talking back and forth between, well actually this one talking back and forth between Monty, this one speaking very much to this one, and this one, the dragonfly and everything. You can present that truth. The illusion will not last. It's superfluous. It'll just vanish eventually. So, shifting into a more present, relaxed, and enjoyable state of being will help you overcome the past and successfully create your future. You will be influencing that right here. But you are making those contributions. Now, we need to look at this past life activation. What exactly does this very beautiful card mean? So what you have is you have your talents that have been developed through many varied life experiences. And you've had many lifetimes already, even if you don't recall them consciously, helping you evolve and grow into the loving being that you are today. So your desire to grow in consciousness and spiritual power to assist the divine plan unfolding throughout the universe, it's heard and supported by spiritual worlds in all ways. To this end, past life materials being activated now for your benefit and for the greater good. So what exactly does that mean? Remember we talked about talents and abilities. You can either let them go to waste, or you could develop them and start doing something with them. And you've already been doing something with them, doing something with them, doing something with them. It's now time to start presenting them. You have developed them. Stop being so underconfident in them. And for our runes, we have Berkano, we have Awaz, and we have Isa. So, with Berkano, this is growth. This is from the birch tree, the seed of it. We are growing. You know, I was watching, I think it was Cinema Therapy, and the two gentlemen in the video, one of them is a licensed therapist, the other one was a filmmaker, and I think they're best friends. And they were watching The Shawshank Redemption, one of my absolute favorite movies, and any channel that does a commentary on it, I will absolutely watch it, because I love seeing all these points of view, and there are things that maybe I didn't see before. And one of the points that they brought up was, growth is everything. If you're not growing, you're regressing. There's no such thing as stagnation, ladies and gentlemen. You don't stop at a certain point. You're either growing or you're regressing. Which one are you doing? And remember, your growth is your responsibility. And also how you grow. I think we need to talk about this, because this is symbolic of the yew tree. This Ivaz. This is symbolic of the yew tree. So we have a birch and a yew tree. What do they have in common? Well, they're both wood. They're both trees. However, the birch tree is symbolic of growth. The yew tree is symbolic of flexibility. If you don't have any flexibility, eventually you'll break. That's why we were saying it's okay to say no. When you are spiritually, emotionally, and physically drained, it's not okay to keep going sometimes. It doesn't show how tough you are. It doesn't show how resilient you are. Because believe one thing, if you present yourself to be unbreakable, some people will see it as a challenge. You need to regroup. And that leads us here to Isa, the ice. The river stopped flowing because it could not, the temperatures were not conducive to its constant state of flow. And where it could flow, it experiences barriers, which is what the ice is. That is time to sit, reflect, be calm, get quiet, turn everything off, and stop bombarding yourselves with the things that are stressing you out. Some people are taking social media detoxes. That's something I support. If you have to take time off social media, do it. If you have to take time away from the TV, do it. If you have to turn off that damn cell phone, do it. If you have to go on that nature hike, hey, maybe turn off your cell phone, but, go ahead for that nature hike. Keep it with you just in case. You never know. Keep it for emergencies. But turn it off. Turn it off. Listen to the sounds of nature around you. I'm hearing birds chirping outside right now. It's a dreary day out there, but guess what? Birds are still singing. What are you doing? That's my question. Unbelievable how hot that thin borosilicate glass keeps my tea. Normally about this time it's cooled off for me to really take a good long sip of it, but not right now. So here's the thing, and this is the summary. Whatever it is you're putting out there, keep doing it. Don't take no for the answer. Go back, regroup, reflect, figure out where it is you're pointing. No one is indestructible. Do you understand? Is it reaching you? If you need to take a few days, take a few days and make it not negotiable. Sometimes it's just good to take look at me. I took a week off back in March and really got myself centered and everything, and kind of wish I had a little more of it. So I'm taking a couple days off coming up. So July 4th we will be back with another reading for sure. The Thursday coming up, I will be here, hell or high water. I will be giving you yet another reading, so let this take you through this week. Don't worry about the past life thing. That's coming. That's going to happen. Just remember, if you're feeling emotionally drained right now, if you're really putting forth your best efforts, it's okay to say, you know what, I need a fucking minute. And if you find someone who needs a minute, give them a minute. Exercise that patience. And if no one else is giving you any patience, it may be time to get away from them for a while. Understand? I hope so. Because whatever you present, even if it's opposed right now, in time, it won't be. It will stand on its own, and you don't need to do any more with it than present it. Alright? I love you all. I want you to take care of yourselves and each other. I want you to always do and remember what lights you up. And no matter what happens, shine on. You know what, just a quick post-credit scene because I've already cleaned up and everything. And I just don't want to ramble too much, but I do want to do one thing. I want to thank all of you who have subscribed, for all of you who've shared, all of you who have who keep showing up, or who, even if you just show up for like one video every once in a while, because it's all you got time to catch. I thank you all. Your support has meant so much to this channel. I love you. Even if you didn't like try to arrange personal readings, that's fine. I still love you for your support. So thank you so much. Okay? I don't get to express my gratitude enough. And I'm not the brightest guy in the world, so sometimes I forget that. And I hope you know that I'll always appreciate it. Okay? Love you guys. Take care.